Oh, it just killed YouTube here.
Since it's live on Twitch.
Twitch, yes. YouTube, no. YouTube is down. Let's edit this.
Okay, is that working?
Let's see. We're live on Twitch here. All right, we are live here on Twitch. I'm gonna try and get YouTube back. Hello, Virus.
Okay.
Let's see here. What's interesting is it's just sharing the studio. So you're gonna have to, there you go, share your screen. There you go. Perfect. Let me reset up YouTube.
Trying to decide the best layout for this. Maybe that. That's gonna cover cars.
Got my content here. Let's delete this.
This is a great live stream. We've got so much interesting stuff we're saying.
Indeed.
Sorry, everyone. Is Virus joining us? I forgot to send him an invite.
Invite.
I got him.
Got an echo now. All right. So, I believe we are live on YouTube. Sorry, everyone, for the confusion. Hello, North Tribe, New Age, everyone on Twitch. Sorry, we're just trying to restream for the first time, having a little bit of technical difficulties. Or I should probably say it's more of my technical ineptitude. Let me just get a thumbnail out here, and we can get started. So how many packs are we opening tonight, Lorkus?
Hey there, Virus. Sorry it took me forever to send the link over. I didn't even get my picture set up. I'm failing miserably. But we have 5,936 rebellion packs.
That's
we're
it?
sitting here.
Just a couple?
And the intent was to open them all, I think. And I also was considering opening up 1,500 of these chaos packs.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So, almost 8,000 packs. We're going to have enough time tonight?
I don't know. So maybe I should just start clicking.
Yeah, let's start unveiling all the gold foils.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Without further ado, whale games begin.
So what kind of decks have you made so far? Have you been combining up some gold foils?
Yeah, actually, my excuse was for the brawl. Actually, this last brawl, I was in a gold foil, gold tier, wild brawl. Sweet delay in processing. So I guess we'll sit around and wait for this to finish. And I was looking at the summoners, and I have just started using Rebellion cards, and with the summoners, some of the summoners are pretty amazing, especially those common summoners for. I cheat, and I just use them in places where it doesn't affect my gameplay, and I can still do the same stupid stuff. But like Silent Summoner, like I just gained a mana back. That's amazing. And then I also might get a second Splinter to be able to pick cards from. So yeah, I was able to get to gold tier for the commons, not for the rare summoners, unfortunately, with what I had, but use a bunch of those cards in the brawl this time.
Have you been able to use any of the rare summoners at all?
Poorly, for sure. I don't know what to do here. Should I refresh this? Is it going to tell me that we have?
It looks like it opened them, so you might have to go to is it Peak Monsters to show you the card?
Yeah,
I think Peak Monsters will show you the last 250 or 200, whatever you put in there to show you what you pulled. So it looks like it submitted.
Okay, I'm getting over to it. Was not ready for this eventuality.
Yep, Lorkus has like 37,000 potions, so well stocked the cupboards are. And it looks like we got some news in chat. The news dropping that Rift Watchers is sold out officially. No Rift Watcher packs in the cupboard, unlike the potions here for Lorkus. Looks like Crypto Eater went and bought the remaining 8,000-ish.
Wow.
So yeah. New time for Rift Watchers, the post Rift Watchers era.
I got one gold foil legendary, looks like Soulless.
Nice. Do you have a max copy of that now?
I think this might be enough to max it. Yeah, I think this might be the fourth one. I can't remember exactly, but I guess we can go back and check. Man, this was really speedy, huh?
Well, I mean, for our first time using Restream, it's functional, so we'll take it. It beats Google Meet, right?
Yeah, it's very true. So I only have 3, so I still need one more. But that's my goals, and I wanted to see what's still there. I don't have Bear Rush or.
So you've opened what, like over 5,000 packs of Rebellion at this point?
Yeah.
And there's some you have like literally a handful of legendaries you haven't even pulled one gold foil, right?
Yeah.
At this point. Interesting.
Yep. So here we go. Yeah, my expectation is to end up with about 2/3 of the gold foils needed for an entire set. I don't know how accurate that is, so we're just gonna see.
Nice. So what is your strategy going to be when it comes to battle wagons here, Lorkus? Are you like loading up on vouchers and going to be, having a caravan of battle wagons going to the Pretoria border, or what's going on here?
That's the plan. I don't know how much battle wagons are going to cost. There might be some information. I just haven't read it.
It's about $1.50 a piece approximately. It's like 50 vouchers per wagon, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I mean, I will see if I collect one. One of your favorites. I'll see if I have enough. I may have to pick up some more vouchers, but yeah, the plan is to voucher up as many as I possibly can. Put them in battle wagons and send them to the Pretoria border, as I think you put it. Yeah, because I feel like airdrop cards are the play here. That's why I'm opening all these packs.
Mm-hmm.
So hoping to get hoping to get plenty of airdrop cards.
Nice.
Are there
Well-
other strategies that you can think of? I'd love to hear them.
Well, I mean, other than battle wagons and airdrops, you don't want to put them on land.
Mhm.
And the other option is to sell them on the market. So, yeah, I mean, there's probably, I don't know, other option makes sense. Those are probably the two you're looking at.
I mean, rentals, I think, are pretty nuts right now. I don't know if people are actually renting them, but
But yeah, the
rental
prices are nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something to consider. I mean, if we got another couple weeks before
There we go.
Ooh,
battle,
nice.
nice.
I've got yeah, it's a good point. In my Mentoroth and Grimbardum Smiths, I think, are all renting the extra ones. So
And it might make sense just to
Absolutely.
pick and choose at least, like maybe some of the meta cards.
that
like
meta
it's gonna-
card that I keep using. That
Did you want to
Sarah
share
chooses
that
to call
battle?
it.
No. I think it. Look, it is a niche card that wins battles in a certain rule set.
Yeah,
And
that's very
it's
valid.
not really usable outside that rule set. But just like Queen of Crows, you don't use it in every battle. But for the ranged only rule set, it's kind of a must, right?
Yeah, if you don't have it, you're suffering in that rule set. Yeah, I do enjoy how much fun that one is when there's the opportunity to use it.
And New
It
Age
completely-
dropping some knowledge here, saying he's renting his gold foils until conflicts come around. Good recommendation there.
So New Age, do you have your gold foils leveled up or just one BCX?
I can share some sad news from
Oh, no.
Splinterlands today.
What happened?
I had a magical plot that completed clearing today, and it took, I don't know, over 2 weeks for it to clear at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it said work site completed on my screen. I went to the work site. It said, the little complete button appeared. I hit complete. It took me to the screen where it should show my research hut production at that point. And what it showed me was speed up, cancel, and it showed me 7 days on a timer.
What?
I was like, that doesn't make any sense because it should show, my research hut and everything, right? So instead of hitting back, instead of hitting back button on the browser, I just hit the cancel button. Well, apparently that wasn't the right thing to do because it cleared the plot back to empty plot.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Because apparently it was a bug in the UI and it displayed, instead of the completed work site, it displayed it as actually still building the work site for some reason. And I don't know what happened to it. And it said basically to recreate the research hut, it would take another 15 days.
So
do you have to start over, or can they help you?
I created a support ticket. It's all verifiable on the blockchain. It'll show that the grain was spent, everything was there, it was complete.
Ooh, like that
Another one. You were like
Nice.
3 for 3.
That's the
This is
best one
insane.
too.
Yeah. Well, a cane's the best one. Let's
I only
not
have
get
one
crazy.
of those.
Yeah.
I need more of those.
But yeah, hopefully they can help me out because it should all be on the blockchain. It's definitely a UI issue. So I don't know.
So it spent
sorry
your
to hear
grain
that.
too, because you had to pay the grain cost at the end.
Right. It should have come up with a screen basically giving me the grain cost for the workers, but it didn't. It just said speed up, cancel. So
I had a weird thing with mine. I was telling you I was going to try adjusting the workers on a plot that was clearing. Well, I tried that. I added a second worker, and it didn't change the time. So I'm curious if the time doesn't update if something changes without like certain inputs. So I fixed it so that it updated the time by spinning one time crystal on it, and then it all recalculated.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious if there was something weird with that, or if it's the same bug in a different way. I don't know. So,
Did you add DEC for the staking?
yeah, I had enough DC.
Yes, I had enough DC as well.
So it was
But-
working. It just didn't update the display time, and I tried refreshing the browser and like backing out and going back to it, and it just wasn't updating. And I think it showed production points were correct, so I think it was actually working correctly. Just the display time was wrong.
Well, see, that's what's interesting because I had changed workers on the plot, and it did update the display time when I changed the workers.
Huh.
So I
Sounds
had the
different then.
opposite issue. I didn't need to use time crystals. So basically, when I added more production points to the plot, it cut the time down from like 2 months down to like 5 days, because I'm using a neutral clearing crew basically to roll through those magical plots.
So what is your clearing clue? Is that like some maxed out legendaries, or what are you rolling with?
No, I'm not. my name's not Lorkus, so I got to roll with whatever we can get. I think I've got just some. I was using my untamed neutrals. So technically, yes, they're legendaries. I think I was using like Cornealis and Lord A and stuff.
So some older sets too. So
Yeah, they were my neutral wild cards that I was using in ranked battles.
Gotcha.
So
there's some pretty good production points on that.
yeah, it's not terrible.
You got a gold foil Avina in that one.
Yeah.
Have you used Avina yet?
Poorly, but yes. Yes. I think the best I could come up with was using Avina with Iziar, which I just found very funny.
Yeah.
Because you want him to die, but not so fast. So if he doesn't die, it's even better, I suppose. It's funny putting heal on a character with Martyr.
Joffrey Jones got a maxed Manoroth and Arcane today, or Arcane.
Nice. The probably 2 of the top 3 cards in the set.
Manoroth is just so dominant.
Ooh, there's my first gold foil rush.
Nice.
Sorry, who was that got the cards today?
In chat, Joffrey Jones said he got maxed Manoroth and Arcane.
Oh, that is really nice. Yeah. I still haven't used Manoroth very much. Manoroth's been used against me more than I've used it. I still keep going back to Archimus the Bear without remembering that I have him.
I used Mantroth in a battle just before the stream, and he dominated. It's pretty good. Good win.
Is it bad to reach for like a common or whatever Archimus the Bear is?
Archimus is very good.
Is it a common or a rare? I can't remember.
It's a common.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crazy thing here, Lorkus, is this is your 4th set of 200, right?
I think this is the 5th now.
Is it the 5th? But are you 4 for 4 on gold foil legendaries?
I think I am. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's well above average.
Well, if we can keep that up, maybe I'll end up with a gold foil max deck after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ivan, no, I don't think Mantaroth is overhyped. He's just as hyped as he should be.
So which one do you like better if you had to pick one, Grimbardo Smith or Mantaroth?
Well, I think the better question, or maybe the more accurate question, is which one is better, Dr. Blight or Mantaroth? Or, because
that was easy for me.
Grimbardoon is not an attacker. He's more of a tank, where Dr. Blight is more offensive.
Are you kidding me? In this Rebellion set, any card without an attack is an attacker.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's so much
he's not an attacker.
weapons training. I feel like I use him more with an attack than without.
And in certain plays, Grimbarden is like the counter to Dr. Blight.
With the immunity.
Yeah, with the immunity. And then if you just basically have a silence on the board, then
Does no damage.
it does absolutely nothing.
I was really enjoying that tournament or the brawl because I got to use Almo with weapons training. And it was didn't really seem right. I had never done that before, but when you toss Rebellion in the mix, it was fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying weapons training with the new changes. If they wanted more people to use weapons training, they got me converted for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great card too to weapons train. Is that
Yeah.
Savaya.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, I'm talking about weapons training too much. I should stop. But I love that card. It's great.
I played Mycelia and Savaya on stream yesterday in a team. I think I won with weapons training.
Mm-hmm. Ivan's saying he's used the self healer or the healing from Avila on Elmo.
Oh, nice. Yeah. The combinations you can do in Wild are pretty crazy. Like you could put Kulu Mastermind with Bakjira and the Cube in a opportunity roll set, right? And just have them bouncing around pounding people.
Just go to town. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of health and healing to get through.
Noah the Just is really fun to give an attack to as well with that high speed.
Definitely.
I'm definitely not hating those Soulbound reward cards. I'm a little scared of how much it's going to cost to put them on the land eventually.
Yeah, I mean it's published, right? It's if I recall
Just a number
correctly,
I didn't like.
It's twice their burn cost for land, and I think is the proposal 4x burn for selling virus. Is that what was decided?
I know there's a few proposals that have been floating around. I'm not sure. Is there one that got finalized?
I don't know. I've seen a few too. I didn't know there's one that had been finally voted on with SPS on chain.
I know Axler was trying to push for one where I think he proposed one where it's like a temporary unlock. Like you have to pay a fee to temporarily unlock it, and once it's temporarily unlocked, you can then sell it or put it up for rent, but it's only a one-time kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd be curious how they would manage that at the database level for cards.
Yeah.
It seems difficult.
Yeah.
So the burn rate for a legendary is what? 50,000? 25,000?
This
Max gold foil legendary.
They're 12,500, I think, per, right?
Okay. So it's 50
So
for
it's like $25 basically for a gold foil legendary. So IC is saying that nothing is passed or went to vote yet. I thought Matt's proposal wasn't Matt's was just a post on Peaked. It wasn't actually approved as.
That's what I recall. It was a post.
Well, the original one for the unlock for land, that one I think did go
there we go.
and that passed. Oh,
Gold
nice.
Foil of Cane. There you go. Nice. How much is that running right now?
Last I saw it was like 270, but it probably went down.
Wow.
Not too terrible. 4 extra regular foils on top of that. So IC is confirming that the land 2x burn has passed, but nothing for the selling yet.
Okay.
So
how much would it cost to unlock a max gold foil legendary? What did you say it was?
Well, if it's 12,500 per BCX, and if there's 4 BCX per gold foil max, you're looking at what?
$100 in DEC.
Yeah, $100 per max gold foil.
It's
But-
crazy.
Well, it's cheap compared to what it would cost you to actually buy that, because it's going to cost you twice as much on the market to buy a max gold foil legendary at floor prices just to put on land. It's probably like at least $50 a BCX, maybe.
Yeah, that
less,
doesn't
maybe
really feel
more.
like the right markdown for having to earn it in battle chest. But maybe
It's a
I'm wrong.
50% discount. I mean, for me, I'm not going to be buying gold foil market, but I'm in my account and basically a 50% discount, I'll consider it.
Yeah, I feel like it's too much. But
It is expensive for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it would be much better if it was free and they were truly reward cards. But we know that the bot farms ruin that possibility for us players.
yeah,
You just gotta look at the print rates and go, yeah, we can't allow that. So
I remember you made a couple videos about that.
I might have back in the day talking about that topic.
A few videos about print rates. Recall this.
Few videos about print rates, few videos about bot farms. Yeah.
Hot topics. They certainly were for a while. It doesn't seem they've really gone away as hot topics, but I think maybe less people are focused on them.
Yeah, I mean, there's still. I mean, if you go into Mav chat and you go into the proposal section, there's still a lot of debates on the topics in general. It's not completely solved, but it's in a better spot than it was certainly a year ago.
That's true.
Do you guys have any legendaries you don't have maxed out yet for the rewards cards?
Yes.
Many.
I don't have Swim Hunter, Kulu.
Yep, I don't
Or
have
not
mine
so
maxed
much
out either.
Kulu, whatever you got. Kulu, Mastermind. There we go.
Mhm.
I think mine's level 3. I don't have like basically any of Phyrexian Hero. But yeah, mostly I have them maxed out. With Phyrexian Hero, like I just don't have any. It's ridiculous. I think I have 2 BCX or something ridiculous, and then missing like 1 or 2 for Kulu Mastermind. Maybe another one too.
And I've seen people saying this, and I mean, it's seems to have been true for me, but it seems like there was a ton printed early on, and then it slowed down. But it seems like it's slowed down even more since then. Like I'm barely getting any legendaries in my polls.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Somebody probably has numbers on it. I certainly don't, so I couldn't say for sure. But it certainly feels like I don't get legendaries much anymore at all.
Yeah, it's one of those silent nerfs.
It hurts all the same. Not only are they going to charge us to use them on land, they're going to make them harder and harder and harder to get. It probably was too much at the beginning, though. I think I was getting way too many there at the beginning.
So, out of curiosity, those Chaos Legion packs, Lorkus, are those going to be land workers for you, or what are you thinking about those?
Yeah, that's the plan. I haven't figured out exactly what the cutoff, like what I should use on land. I figured I'd open them and see. Like I still have some more regular foils I haven't combined up. I haven't really decided on a strategy on what to do with my lower BCX, lower production point cards. But these are sitting there, and I figured this was a good a time as any to get some more land workers.
Sure. And you just brought your land online recently, right?
Yes, thanks to a very kind person named Tails. I was able to just get mine online this past weekend.
Cool. How's that production looking? Are you pretty happy with it? Or
Yeah, I mean, I had it doing nothing, so it's doing way better than nothing.
There you go, another gold foil.
Another one, nice.
Another one of the cards that you love super well.
That's my favorite legendary in the set right there.
That headdress. You just don't like the headdress. That's what it is. I know.
I mean, that could be fun to use with Croye in the second spot with the flank.
I just think
it still can't hit with the shield bash thing. Still only works in the first position, though, right?
Unless you have a flank or like a or the
opportunity or something.
Syllabus that would
I mean, would you ever use that card over Mantroth though if you had Mantroth?
Well, sure. The no melee rule set.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it would work in no melee, probably.
I don't think that counts as a melee attack.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's another one of those. There's one specific rule set where it might be useful for you.
Yeah.
That feels way narrower than the you must play this every time that there's a wands out that's over 12 mana.
So Icy in the chat is asking if Lorkus is an alpha OG. When did you start playing, Lorkus?
No, I started playing while Dice was still on sale, and I didn't know how to get DC to buy it, so I didn't really get any Dice.
Did all of us just have our Dice moment with Riftwatcher selling out? Are we going to be in the future regretting watching those go away?
Maybe. I mean, I still have 1,000 of them. Is that enough to not have regret?
I did see the packs are 450 now in Hive Engine.
Wow. Well,
it does feel like a good set that has some powerful cards that not nearly as many people have maxed out. I kind of feel like Rebellion is in a similar space, and I'm curious to see how many people end up actually getting Rebellion cards, or how cheap they need to get for people to be interested. Because to me, it's a great set so far. Like I'm a complete hack. I need you guys to tell me how to play, and I'm having fun with it. So
it's definitely a lot of fun. I mean, there's just a lot of different ways to play, certain things with this that are like you do vastly different strategies for the same rule set.
There we
Another
go.
gold foil.
I'm certainly going to max out those ones you love so much. They're going to be great. Gold foil.
No.
I'm going to send you videos every time I win with one of them. I'm going to send you like 3 videos ever.
My email's already flooded by B Jangles sending me battles when he's winning with Dahlin. So,
oh yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever done that. I always forget he's even there. It's like Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane. Poor Dahlin.
But I tell you what, though, here's a crazy thing that I was thinking. Right now, my Waka is on land. Mm-hmm. It's not in my deck. I was actually thinking of pulling him off of land and bringing him back to my deck just because of all of the low-cost double strike units in Death now.
Yeah.
Between Death and Neutral.
And that's 2 chances to poison. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, you get all the multiple chances to poison, basically. Gotcha. So, my problem with Waka, when I actually use him as a summoner, is he would seemingly never inflict poison. Yet when I played him the other day, he was like 4 for 4 against me. But besides that,
I feel like that's the only time he inflicts poison is when someone plays him against you.
Yeah,
it's a good point with the double strike. I feel like that's Dahlin's true raison d'etre is to be worse than Waka. Waka could no longer be the worst summoner. So Dahlin needed to exist. Does anyone else feel like he's better than Waka? Certainly cheaper than Waka.
I think B Jangles might argue that he's better than Waka.
But maybe he uses Waka. I don't know.
The thing with Waka's not a bad summoner. The reason why he gets so much flack is because he's such an expensive summoner and he's mediocre, right? He's
He
not
came with so
stellar.
much hype.
Yeah.
So much hype.
If Waka was
Whoa, that makes me happy. I like those.
absolutely if Waka was like Skargor, like an epic Riftwatcher summoner,
Yeah.
he would be great. Everyone would like him. But because he was a maxed only like $1,600 promo card,
Then no one even knew what the stats were until right before, right?
yeah, that's Waka's downfall.
Oh, I clicked another one. Sorry, guys. I ruined it. Ruiner.
It is funny though that Zuriel kind of was, I mean, not hyped in the beginning, and then she kind of rose to fame with this set. So
Yeah,
I
with
feel like they
weapons
knew what they
training-
were doing, knowing what was coming for that. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely, right? They couldn't say anything, but I'm sure some of the weapons training design was in play by Zuriel's design and release. What's interesting with Zuriel is, when I've been using her, she's been super effective. Like, I can't really recall a game where I've lost when I've used her. I don't use her all the time though, but when I do use her, she's very effective. What's interesting though is her cost has come down. It was for a little bit there when Rebellion just hit the Mav server. She was like at $44 a BCX, and now she's down to like 34, 30-ish now. So her value has come down, probably due to a little bit of the nerf of the weapons training damage going from 4 to 3. But if you look at as far as weapon training cards go, I mean, the only one
She's
that's
one of the best.
close is Darg. Otherwise,
Well,
there's not even anyone in the same zip code.
I disagree a bit. The is it the fire one that's 4 cost and 2 damage? That one is so good. And magic.
the neutral,
Is it neutral?
yeah, I
Can't
think
remember.
the neutral one.
Yeah,
Okay. That one I
four-mana
feel
neutral
like is
magic.
in that same. Yeah, I feel like that one's in the same category. It doesn't have as much damage, but that 4 cost, man, you can squeeze that in so many places.
Yeah, it
It's-
gets a lot of use.
It's nice with Little League because it really provides
Yeah.
an advantage for Little League battles. The problem is anything above Little League, a silence and a void makes half your team useless. And silence and void is not hard to deploy.
That's
So
true.
because if you spend the 4 mana on that card and you put 2 other no attack cards in, that's half your team. And if half your team isn't doing anything, you better have like Mantroth and some other like Jared Scar cards doing some damage. Otherwise, you're going to lose. So
Yeah.
in Little League, I would agree. It's a very good card, but overall, there's a lot
There
of
it is.
mana matches.
Marxian Rebel. You were correct.
Yeah.
Neutral.
Mhm. I don't know. I feel like I use it a bit more than that though, just because to give Grimbar Dune, to get him in the game and give him some kind of attack.
Especially if I'm using him in like a rear position or something.
Well, it's nice because both are neutral, and Grim Bardoon's not almost all, but majority of the time is going to be in the first position. So the only weapons training attack usually that's going to be effective is magic.
Yeah.
I certainly could use melee, and close range you can use range, but for the most part, that neutral 4 mana, like you said, is a cheap go-to, just to give him some attack. I mean, he's already super efficient from a mana cost perspective,
Yeah.
and just giving him attack for 4 extra mana seems really good.
Yeah. B Jangles heard you talking crap about Dallin and
Did he?
jumped in the chat here.
Did I
Nice.
miss it?
His ears were burning, I guess.
Oh no. I wasn't talking crap. I was just stating facts. Let's be clear.
The Dahlin is the worst summoner.
I didn't say that. I said
I just
that
said worse than Waka.
Jangles likes Dallin more than Waka, more than likely. Let's not start rumors here.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why else are we here?
But since Bejangles is here, we can ask him, which summoner do you like better, Dallin or Waka? We'll get the answer straight from the horse's mouth.
You're calling Bejangles a horse? That's the next rumor I'm starting.
I have to sit down with Bejangles for a chat pretty soon, so I'm sure we'll be talking a little Dallin at some point during that conversation.
Discussing whether or not he's actually a horse.
Probably not. I don't think that's
Man. The listeners will never know.
See, I was
Stallion
right.
chooses Dallin, hands down.
See,
Well played, Bejangles. Well played. I mean, only you could play Dallin well. So, congratulations.
he's posted it on X for the world to see. Him beating me with Dallin, so I have to wear that as my scarlet letter.
Yeah, and I guess the question is this a statement about Dallin's potential or just a statement about Bejangles' skill in the game? So I feel like there's an argument for either of these.
Well, there's always option C, but we won't discuss that option.
Oh, my brain isn't that complex. I don't know what options.
No, that I don't know how to play Splinterlands.
Oh, well, I was just going to make it a comparative thing about how great Bejangles was.
Now, one thing that affects all those summoners too is kind of the rise of some immunity monsters.
Mm-hmm.
With Grim Bardoon, with him being more meta, and even inevitable plays with
Ooh,
Ina. Ooh, another one.
only one off of a max now.
Nice.
2 in the stream, 2 gold foil canes.
Arcane, yeah. It's gonna take me a while to remember the names of these cards still.
Dude, I'm just refer to them as their mana cost and like some of their abilities. I don't know even trying for their names. They're all 2 or 3 names and so many letters. What am I gonna do? Here we go. 2 gold foil legendaries.
Another one.
A good one and a bad one. Does that balance out and count as 0 gold foil legendaries in this one? How does that math work?
You can send me the extra. I won't do it.
Ivan's not a fan of my Rift Watcher play with Inevitable.
Do you have a max Inevitable?
Yeah, I picked up. But when you put the healing on it, it makes it extremely difficult to kill if it's a non-magic game.
Ooh,
oh yeah, no.
Shit. That's an interesting idea with what's her name? The 5 cost life.
Yep.
Summoner.
Yeah.
Someone tell me her name again. Damn it.
Avina.
And then you could, if you put Izzyar behind it to martyr it up to get it going even further.
Wow.
It's pretty difficult to kill.
Man, we got people lining up around the block here trying to use Dallin against me.
Are you getting some battle requests over there?
Yeah.
You should stream them. Let's see some of that. It's probably more interesting than this clicking I'm doing.
Well, it's kind of like, I don't know how I can say this correctly.
Oh,
but
there's a correct and an incorrect way to say this one. This ought to be good.
I mean, me, doing challenges against Dallin is kind of like me fighting. It's kind of like Floyd Mayweather fighting like Logan Paul. Like Floyd Mayweather has nothing to gain in that, because if he beats Logan Paul, it's like, well, yeah, of course you beat Logan Paul. But if he loses to Logan Paul, well, it's a loss either way, kind of. So it's nothing to gain. So
I like how you just compared yourself to the most winning boxer of all time, and also someone who molests women. So it's great.
Well, it was probably. I mean, that's probably a better usage of that analogy than other analogies you could think of. I don't know.
I think that's probably the very best comparison I've ever heard to Mayweather. So congratulations. Not a huge Mayweather fan. As much
Wasn't
as a
that
fighter,
who
yeah.
the
There we go.
possible promo card was going to be too?
Yes, another gold.
Are you
foil.
serious? Like I might have to actually not buy that one. That's
Yeah, well, he's
that
still
didn't-
suing Splinterlands right now, I believe,
Yeah.
right? It's not tossed yet, so.
Oh, good luck to that for
See,
everyone.
that was why I brought Mayweather into the conversation, because this is a Splinterlands stream, and I'm trying to keep it relevant.
Yeah.
Are you above 1 per 200 packs right now?
No, I think I'm right at
Right at, I think you have
That's-
one.
maybe one less.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think Steve is lining up to fight you.
Oh,
Oh, there's
I might
another
be even
one.
now.
There's another one. Oh,
Oh my
goodness.
gosh. It is funny though, because you're getting like the top ones and then always mix with the Zabajian gold foil.
Yeah, but that's the
And more and
story.
more.
That's the story of Rebellion legendaries, though. They either are really good or they're really bad. I mean,
Do you think that'll get modified by whatever the mini set is and make them all pretty valuable, or are they just going to be all a bunch of Zax, Bax, Zubal, or whatever his garbage name is?
Zyvax rule, Great Rising.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever the figure is
You
a
just
card
call
made
it
after
like
like.
trash bag or something.
I think so. I think a trash bag mixed up with whatever Batman's mentor was. What's his name? No one's gonna help me here. All right.
I know, or
What's his
because I
name?
can't remember it.
Yeah, proper nouns are hard, including garbage legendary cards. But yes, garbage bag full.
Oh, Ra's al Ghul.
That's him.
That's it.
Yeah. So, sorry. Do you think that they're going to all be garbage like that forever? Or do you think there's some other mechanic that's going to boost some of the viability?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for Efreet Rising and Recharge to be a thing. I mean, Efreet Rising is not terrible. Is like
feel like
Zyvax Rule, but it's
Recharge
Recharge is
is just-
still no good.
Recharge is
almost-
great. It's it's where those specialized abilities that's always available to you to use on whatever those no ability matches are called.
Yeah, back to basics is fine.
Back to
That's the
basics. Yeah,
time where
that's
you
when
use it.
recharge is golden.
Well, it was so close to being fixed.
Yeah,
It
with
was
ambush.
fixed in Mavs before with the what's the new ability?
Ambush.
Ambush, yeah.
It would have made it Alpha Strike though, so you would just load up on, those.
Yeah, just
Recharge.
win the first round or lose.
Yeah, you just take two cards off the board from your opponent, basically.
Mhm.
So it would kind of defeat strategy at that point.
It would make them useful though. Those cards have always just kind of sat there.
I mean, I
But-
haven't seen them tried yet, but if you do give it to if you do give them the ambush, they do get the turn 1 hit, not the turn 0, but
True.
Ooh,
Yep.
Another rush.
Another one. There you go. Jeez, man, this is disgustingly good.
wow.
It's awesome.
I apologize, but I may need to go maybe one more set and I'm gonna have to go grab a beer. I'm running low here.
Gonna celebrate here.
There's streaming fuel. Like you can't not have a beer.
And that Rush is another good one, though. That one's a pretty good card.
Yeah, I used it with Yasik earlier today. And I forgot the team. I have to pull it up and see if I can find the history, but it worked really well. Because he's got that 5 range damage, and Yasa gives it piercing. He's got the ambush. So basically, he's going back to back because he's so fast. I think he's got like 6 speed, if I recall correctly.
It sounds right. Yeah, it's something nuts.
So like with Yasik, he's got ambush with piercing, scatter shots. and then he's got like 8 speed for the round 1 attack. So it's pretty offensive in, I guess, multiple ways.
Yeah, I was curious how you meant there. Apparently all the ways.
Yeah, and Joffrey Jones. So look, Gobson Bomber, even without ambush, I think is still a good card because of the camo, the piercing. I think he's got Fury too, if I recall correctly, right? Does he have Fury?
I don't remember.
Max level. I mean,
Sounds right,
Gobson
but-
Bomber is a solid card without ambush. So ambush is only going to make him better. He's one of the rare recharge kits that you can actually field and not feel like you're handicapping yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't use it very often, but I think you're right there.
Yeah, that piercing kind of gets over because I mean the whole big thing is that if all your damage gets absorbed by one shield, then
Yeah. And the question then is why not use E for Rising? I think I do use it more than the others actually because you do dodge shields. Still not a big deal. There we go.
There he is.
Finished off
token,
the best one.
Now where's the Arcane Gold foil or the Dark?
oh, that
mean,
Dar's just got turned over too. It should have been.
Yeah,
We can cross
I'm
our
sure an
fingers.
Arcane Gold foil is waiting here to get paired with your Zabaja.
I hope so. Oh,
There
there
he
you go.
is. There he
You
is.
got to be kidding!
Oh my goodness.
No way.
Instead of getting a beer, Lorkus, you need to go buy a lotto ticket. It's these
Feels further
priorities
away.
straight.
Oh, you broke the code.
What was the code?
It's whenever there's a Zabajan, then
Oh,
you're
yes.
gonna get a top
Everybody
200.
wants to pull Zabajians now.
Yeah.
So here's the crazy thing is I have a few Rebellion packs that I was going to open tonight. I don't think I'm going to open them for the next 2 days because I think you've stolen all the gold foils off the blockchain. Like, I would just probably advise everyone not to open Rebellion packs for the next 48 hours while the,
It's a public service announcement.
yeah, I get that legendary gold foil rate back to normal. So, Virus, what are you thinking of the Land 2.0 white paper reveals thus far? Have you
Oh, yeah,
got
talk
the
about this. I haven't read them. Tell me.
got the new spreadsheet going with the planning already underway?
I'm just wondering how many of my plots are gonna have to be storage now.
Why?
Well, if you have some commons plots,
Well,
then you're in good
Tell me
shape,
what's
right?
going on.
Well,
Educate me.
I loaded up on magical plots, so I have every different kind of magical plot you can have. The problem is that each one has their own storage.
Shit.
So now I'm going to have to build storage for each different one. And
Yeah, it has to be on the same region, I guess.
same, yeah, I think probably same region, but I'll need to, so I'll probably just put a common plot just to build storage on. But that means I'm going to have to basically have, I don't know,
Another
8
gold
or,
foil.
ooh, Solace too, or Solace.
Well, you definitely have maxed some gold foils during this
Yeah.
stream. So
Mhm.
But
I
the,
am gonna go grab a beer after this one.
okay.
I will still be hearing you though. I just won't be able to talk. So keep telling me about this.
Well, that and I mean the maintenance cost stuff is going to be pretty wild, depending on how they end up doing it. Because I mean, once you kind of build all these buildings, if they all have maintenance costs going, it's not. A lot of people thought of land as I'm going to be able to buy land, set it up, and just kind of go on to retirement and just let things go. But now with maintenance costs, you're going to have to continue to figure out, is what I'm making earning enough for maintenance, or to cover maintenance on all this stuff and getting some kind of profit so I can keep on building.
mhm.
But I was kind of talking about this in a separate stream. But I mean, without the maintenance costs, though, the only thing that would have had continuous use after all the buildings were built would have been grain. You know, if everyone that wants to build buildings builds their buildings, there's no other maintenance costs, then the only thing that ever has reoccurring costs then is grain, and everything else just loses value eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a way to kind of make everything kind of consumable.
Yep, I could see it. It's going to have to be a fine balance. And I mentioned this on After Someone's video, I think in the comments. It's the costs of land cannot be such that that you're getting from a great benefit challenge.
And how they're going to balance that out is going to be difficult because it's going to have to be kind of driven by the market. So, you know, if mithril is very expensive, then you're not going to want to pay the maintenance in mithril to keep your building at level 10. If whatever you're producing,
that's what I was going to ask us. What is the maintenance paid in? I guess the answer is we don't know.
Well, they said it was in. I think a DEC will be some of it, and it was a percentage of the materials required to build the building, right?
Yeah.
So if it costs DEC or vouchers or wood or a combination of any of those or all of those or more of those, you got to pay every month, basically, or you can pay in advance, I guess. All of those types of stuff to keep your land working. So what's going to be interesting, I think, to see, especially for those that are more hands-off or have a lot of land, what kind of services that Peak Monsters or Xbot or others come up to manage your land, right?
Yeah.
And how they're going to do that, because payment of DEC, they would have to, because I think they've already made that adjustment for Peak Monsters, right? So it's like a permission that's not active key required. It's a special permission, right? Virus, is that correct?
I haven't used it, but I would.
Like when you do bids on Peak Monsters, for example, right? You have to grant Peak Monsters that special purchasing authorization.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's not active key. So maybe they'll do something similar for land resources.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I mean, and not only that, but you'll have to participate in all the LPs to get what you need. So if I'm producing, you know, mainly a ton of stone, I put my stone into the stone LP, but then I need to, you know, go and kind of get all the other resources that I need to maintain my buildings or to build the refined resources that I need. So it's gonna be a lot of management to kind of make sure that your levels that you need to produce what you want to make is topped off.
And you're gonna have to manage a lot of different resources, right? I mean, you're gonna have to know what your essences are and your, you know, whatever else. I mean, it very much could be that the game of land, while today Land 1.5 is very hands-off and not necessarily time intensive, other than clicking a button every couple days or a week or whatever. The future version of land, I mean, could take a lot more time than it is to play ranked battles in Splinterlands today, right? So, yeah,
So
could be interesting.
Brings up a really important question. How often do I click that button on my keep?
I don't know if there's a definitive answer, because the team said mathematically it should be the same, because if you click it a lot, you pay a lot of the grain, because you're paying not a lot of grain, but you're paying 1,000 grain every time you click it, but you're getting a roll of the dice on a totem fragment. But if you let it build up, in theory, the percent chance for a totem fragment also increases, but you only get one roll. So I don't know. I'm sure there's some advanced mathematician out there that could break it down for us and let us know if there's any statistical advantage to one or the other.
I've been just watching the little percent climb. I haven't clicked it recently.
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Virus, but the keeps and castles don't have a 7-day expiration. You can just let those rack up the taxes, correct?
I never really looked as much into the keeps and castle stuff as the rest of it, just because I didn't have one. But I think you're correct in that.
Has anyone set up a ChatGPT based bot with the information from Land?
Jarvie did.
Oh, nice. And to get my hands on that.
Yeah, Jarvie set. Well, I think he set it up with the white paper information.
Yeah.
But I think you have to have the GPT Plus to get access to the agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to have that kind of Jarvie, like literally Jarvis version of AI.
Do you know how to find it? Because I would love to try that out.
Yeah, I know he was just showing some of the responses from it in Discord, but
I mean, I could probably build my own, but if somebody already had it, that'd be even better.
yeah, I think I haven't seen like what the ChatGPT's agent shop is, but I think it'd be really cool if it's plugged into to the site like that. I know it'd probably it costs to call their API, but it'd be cool to see like a ChatGPT thing hooked up to the site where you can just ask it questions you want to ask.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason that I do pay for the for ChatGPT, and it's, to me, that's what you get out of it, is the ability to focus their language learning model on like information that you trust and not just the open internet that they trained it on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually useful for more information with the paid version, because you do have access to plugin and stuff. But I haven't messed with the agents, so I'm curious about that.
North Tribe saying that the Mariput Magician will be a replacement, or a nice replacement for Crystal Smith.
Or Crystal Smith's still in there, right? We haven't lost Crystal Smith.
Yeah, Crystal Smith's still in there, but I think it's the one magic damage. Is it just one magic damage when it's maxed?
Yeah.
No, it's low.
Oh, there we go. No, I think I have too many of these.
Oh, nice. Oh, I mean,
I'm sure we can solve that problem for you.
Are there any solutions to this issue?
So how did our brawl turn out, by the way?
We got fourth.
yeah.
Fourth.
Better than I
think
expected.
Yeah, our SPS,
up,
I think,
sure.
and crowns were both up.
Yeah,
Okay.
This was a this was maybe our best result we've ever had in Tier 4.
Yeah.
So it was good.
We had some pretty heavy hitters that we were dealing with. So,
Dude, did you see what SPS OMG1 did? Like, went undefeated in Tier 4. What a
Jeez.
madman. Good thing he's on our team.
Oh, I think Sinister had a winning record. That was pretty.
Did I?
I think so.
Hey, broken clock. Let's go.
Yeah, you did well. I think I thought I had a winning record, which I was surprised by.
I had a losing record for this one. Thanks to New Age in chat here, he I think knocked me down to having a losing record.
Oh, what a jerk, that guy.
But he used the death rare summoner.
I haven't used that one yet. Yeah.
-2 magic.
No, he used it in a Thorns match to give
Reflection Shield
to two guys.
Oh, I have used it. Yeah, it is great for that. I actually failed when I tried to use Reflection Shield. I just used it for the magic damage. I forgot that I used it to completely neutralize a magic team. It was made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, the Reflection Shield was pretty critical, and
that's beautiful.
Worked really well in the
Thorns
match.
Yeah.
Nice. Chris is asking, Do we know if the lookout plus shield meta is by design or a glitch? And that's interesting because we had talked about that on stream before as well, Virus, in the super sneak or equal opportunity rule sets by
Mhm.
putting a shield up there with like a taunting shield with lookout and some demoralize. You can really make it difficult, right? So,
I think it works with void too for magic damage.
mhm.
But yeah, I mean, for those matches where it's super sneak, snipe rule sets, or equal opportunity, I mean, it could be very powerful. I think probably more so in lower leagues where you can basically completely neutralize damage. So, like a silver match, that lookout has to be extremely powerful. But
There are quite a few demoralizers available now, right?
mhm.
You could really wreck some teams.
I will say that I've seen with Rebellion here some reward cards getting a boost for sure in effectiveness. Harclaw is one of those, and I think as we saw yesterday on stream, my nemesis, the Pellicor Deceiver, causing some havoc there, which we would never see previously. So yeah, it's interesting.
It always
to see.
seemed like it should be a good card, and it's cool to see it actually be effective.
Yeah, it just never really got played that much. I mean, the 5 mana is pretty efficient for
That's
the
half
stats
the
you get on
reason
that
I
card.
don't use it. I keep thinking it's 7 because of the Pellicor Mercenary, and so when I'm looking for it, I'm looking in the wrong spot because I'm a dummy. I can't learn it's 5.
Mhm.
Like, where's the damn card? I guess I'll move on. I'm dumb. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's true. I mean, it's stat wise, it's solid. It's nothing terrible about it, but it just was never used in the meta. Previously, really, I don't remember seeing it very often at all.
Yeah.
And Icy Flow's got an interesting comment here, and we saw this yesterday on stream as well. Getting 30 to 40 cents a win in Diamond. Diamond 1 yesterday. You were getting I was getting almost 10 SPS a win in Diamond 1, which was great. And that's Diamond 1 Modern. And then when we went into Champion, our rewards got cut down to like 6.5, 6.8, something like that. So, we took a haircut going up a level. And
Yeah, but it's Champ 3.
yeah, I mean, it's the minor leagues. I mean, who plays in Champ 3?
Champ 3 is brutal, man. I feel like Champ 2 is easier, but Champ 3 is not as bad as Champ 1, but it is tough. It's pretty cutthroat.
Yeah, well, this is... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Vars.
I was going to say, no, this is my my first season where I've been on the leaderboard for more than just like a day during the whole season. So
nice.
It's a pretty cool experience to kind of finally get to get up there in the ranks.
Because you have Rebellion now too, and you're not fighting Untamed. Is that the...
Yeah, because I'm not fighting Kitty and Lear and everything else. So
Elmo,
Kelp
Initiate.
Yep, and all those cards.
I mean, I can keep going. Does that make you feel good to remember all the cards that are out there now?
Yeah, it does. I can go rest in wild, and I can have my chance to get up on the leaderboards.
Very cool. So you've been pretty much since Rebellion's been launched. You've been in Champ 1 just rolling.
No. I mean, I've still been going up and down because I've kind of been getting a lot of the the people that are still like climbing up from, it seems like Diamond 3 rank that I get put against, and they put together that perfect team and I get blasted down the ranks. But no, I mean, I've made some good runs where it's kind of boosted me up to the top there. So I'm still not in Champ 1 yet, but hopefully tomorrow before the season ends.
Nice. Do we want to also touch on with land? I don't think this has been talked a lot about either, the importance of guilds in land and
Tell me
guild
about
power. So you're kind of aware of this as well, right, Virus? The guild power stuff with land and
Mhm.
some of the talks.
Yeah,
What's guild power?
Well, I mean so you get some sort of resource. Is it I don't know if it's a resource. You get some kind of benefit on land from your guild power, which is your contributions that you've made since they introduced guild power.
What's a guild? Oh, that's your new
donation.
version of deck.
Yeah, the donations.
So if you did like the Burning event, you got guild power, right? As far as that contribution as part of that event.
If you're using the DECB for the guild contributions, then you would get credit for that. But the only thing though is that some of these guilds, like the Immortal Gods and whatever else, may have had max buildings before that event even happened.
Right, so they had nothing to spend it on.
Well, they don't. They wouldn't have had any guild power.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna, and then not only that, but some guilds were more of a, you send one person you send one person in the guild the DEC, and then they kind of put the DEC towards whatever building.
Wow. Yeah, that's gonna really screw over a bunch of people.
Like I know, so Rogue, I think, had a system with one of his guilds before where they were contributing X% of the SPS1 from the brawl, and then they would use that as like the donation for the building.
Mm-hmm.
But so if one person was making all the donations, then no one else would really have gotten any kind of guild power. So I think it's going to change. It's going to, in some ways, for guilds, and they probably will introduce new guild buildings probably before Land 2.0 comes out, possibly.
So you're just kind of hoping that people in your guild have lands that they'll donate more to gain guild power? Like, is that what this does?
I mean, you'll want to be in a guild with your account that is holding land.
And you'll want to have donated on that account and have your guild members also donate? Like, how does that work? Because you need to have donated with that account in a guild, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really fully known other than essentially there's going to be an unlimited sync for DEC and guild power, and there's going to be a tie into land. So we'll have to see what that is and what that means. But yeah, I mean, this is what's interesting about Splinterlands is as long as they do the right balance piece of this puzzle, they can always add increased sinks, taxes, costs, as long as the players feel and can see that they're getting something out of it that makes sense for them to use those resources in that sink. Great things can happen. It's how do you create not only perhaps monetary value in some places, but how do you create game value in places where it becomes just a fun kind of factor or a social flex kind of factor, and that's going to again cut down on the inflation of the vouchers, DEC, SPS cards, etc. So if Splinterlands has the development time, the runway, and the player base can stay stable and or increase, this could be a very sustainable, long-term Web3 play. So
I'm curious. I don't know what made me think that's exactly what you just said, but are we still doing a promo card every quarter? Because it feels like that hasn't been happening.
I think it's been more. I think the reason it wasn't done is just because they didn't have the resources to do it at the time.
But it's still the plan is to continue doing that.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. It didn't seem too popular when it happened, so I was curious if that made it go away.
I mean, I think it's just because of what Zero was at the time. It wasn't priced to market prices for what it was at the time.
And even with current market prices, I mean, remind me again, it was like almost, was it $40 a BCX?
Might have been
Roughly?
50. It was not inexpensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, you still might be at a loss, even with the weapons training changes right now, if you bought Zero.
But especially
I don't
then,
remember
it
much
just,
stuff.
I mean, just at the time though, I mean, before the weapons training changes, it just wasn't, you know, for the price of the card, it wasn't as suitable for its price.
I'm
There's
curious.
more novelty. It was the first duel.
Yeah.
I haven't double checked, but are there more Wakas or are there more Zerials printed?
Oh, there's got to be more Zerials because Waka was only printed as a 4-pack. Or an 11-pack, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he was number of cards was less, but every card was 11. So if there was like 1,000 of him printed, it's technically 11,000 BCX. Where I don't think we sold 11,000 cereals, right?
I would doubt it.
So there's more BCX of Waka, but there's like 3 times the number of cards of Zerial.
Yeah,
currently out
that
there.
makes sense. That all checks.
5,500 BCX of Waka and 4669 BCX of Zerial. Well, it doesn't count gold foils though, but still.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So has it been slow for the gold foils for the last few?
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten the last 4 sets, maybe. Should have stopped when Sinister said the pool was dry.
Yeah, you tapped out the blockchain. There's no more gold foils to give away.
I'm having some gummy bears, so sorry I can't talk. Important stuff.
Indeed.
We were talking about weapons trainers before too. The fire weapons trainer, the 8 cost legendary. That card's great too now as a weapons trainer.
Why can't I think of them? Which card
Is that the
this?
Phyrexian guy?
Yeah, Phyrexian Hero.
Oh, the one I don't have any BCX from the rewards. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a great card. Sorry.
Rub it in. I'm gonna get like all 4 BCX of gold foil in one day. Like it's just so random.
Have you tried to use the underboss Fabino yet?
I did try it once, and I think it went poorly. I can't remember.
I used them. The reason I laugh at that because I used them once today, and it was terrible. It was equal opportunity for some reason. I forgot about that, and my opponent had the soulbound Dumak. Is it the Exile? The shield retaliate 1 health guy?
Mm-hmm.
And I poisoned him because I needed to get through the sneak attack, but I forgot that I had equal opportunity with a magic user that instantly killed him. So I was like, oops.
That was, I think, what was the play yesterday where I think you did the ambush and then forgot that it was Divine Shield match.
Yes. And yeah, it was on the Exploding Rats. I used 1 ambush on the front card because I thought 1 would be enough to get rid of Exploding Rats. And I used 1 on the, I think, a sneak play.
And just
And,
popped the shield and didn't
just
take
popped
it
the
out.
shield and exploding rats, just laughing because it still gets to go. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you almost in those the ambush plays, you really have, or the summoner choice round, you have to really kind of figure out what's all happening in the match before you really choose what you want to do. Franz Roughmane.
That's the gladiator summoner for life.
Oh, yeah.
Helmet Carafax.
Oh, that's the gladiator, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's the so you've got a double, right? You're using A's for the magic, Zerial, and helmet. So you're putting magic. Is it 3 magic from Aves plus 3 from Zerial on a Bloodlust gladiator?
That didn't have any attack before, and now suddenly gets
Yeah.
2. Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty powerful. It's kind of like a mini Quora, right? Dual attack Bloodluster.
Cost way
Is that-
less.
Is that what we're talking about there, Chris? I don't have the cards up in front of me. I'm just guessing that's the play.
Scavenge range and scavenge with bloodlust. Or is the scavenge bloodlust?
Have you guys been using that neutral silence legendary card? I've been using it a decent amount.
Which one?
The big boar you just opened a minute ago. I don't know what his name is. He's a neutral legendary. I think 8 cost, but he has silence.
Oh, he's
Right there.
his favorite. Yeah.
Nalara.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use them on wands out or no weapon or
Yeah.
no melee. Yeah. Not like a great card in most rule sets, but every once in a while it's just
Great to have this. I mean, for the silence with Immortalis, like only the double silence because you can use the
psychic.
Fat Yoda.
Yes, Fat Yoda.
Yeah, I guess he replaces the Elven Mystic from Untamed.
Yeah,
So,
just a little bit more expensive
yeah.
and less damage, right? Because I think Elven Mystic does 2 damage. I think.
I think at max level he did.
Yeah, it was still negligible.
Yeah.
So we're down to the last 3 openings here. Is that what I saw?
That seems about right. I wasn't paying too close attention, but yeah, something like that. We were getting down to the end of these rebellion packs for sure. My mouse hasn't even broken yet. It's great.
Now the fun begins as you get to combine all of these and create the decks.
That's right. See what actually is there.
Have we seen how many packs have been sold since the pre-sale?
I think Aftersound did a video on it today, right? Talking
Oh,
about
did he?
the estimated number of rebellion packs sold. I want to say there was a video today or yesterday on it.
Did you have a answer from that?
I was working when I was listening to it, so I think it's a lot more than we anticipated being sold by now. Given that Matt said, I think the guidance was he was hoping for like 1.5 to 2 million total in a year. I would have to go back and look at how the math looked on the video, but I think it was from what I took from the video is it was ahead of schedule.
Oh, nice. Well, I wonder if that's because the packs are costing less than the price of cards right now.
Well, the pack value was at 450, like a
Oh,
day or
look
two
at
ago.
that. Look at that.
I think that might finish off my cane.
Nice.
Yeah. There's only 2 more full ones after that left. 2 and a medium one.
Yeah, I see Flo was saying just wait for the legendary summoners for the ability stats for. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Have they said if the legendary summoners are going to be dual element and like an ability choice thing?
I don't think that they've said yet. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
What would that do to the common dual element summoner value? If
I mean, it would drop it. I think it would be most interesting if they're different element combos than the ones from the commons. I think it would definitely drop them, but it's also going to be a different fit because they would also presumably have some other attacks. So you're going to be using them in high versus low mana matches. But
Yeah, I mean their mana cost is probably going to be higher.
yeah, 3 mana cost, man. Yeah, a 3 mana cost summoner is great.
Yeah.
I don't know. What were you thinking, Sinister? What was you probably had something in mind when you asked that question.
No, I mean, again, that's why, it's, I'm surprised at the number of what I would call whales or OGs sitting on the sidelines and waiting. Because they did not wait for Chaos Legion, as an example. But for whatever reason, there seems to be a decent amount that are waiting, and it'd be interesting to see what that does to the economy and the card market when they come in and splash around and get what they need. Because if we're seeing already this amount of volume with a lot of people waiting, that really, I guess, bodes well for the healthiness of the Splinterlands economy right now. So, because people, like, if I just look at the content creators, like you've got Dwayne as an example. He's not going crazy with Rebellion yet. I think Hawks and Bulldog did specifically for the summoner chase for a little bit, right? So that's probably different. But even if you look at people who participated in the Chaos Legion bulk buys, some of those big landholders, right? They're sitting on the sidelines right now.
They don't need them for land, so maybe they just want to buy singles to get what they need. They're willing to pay a small premium for that.
Sure. Or
the idea,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, everyone has probably different thoughts and strategies on it, but I mean, at some point, you would think if they're going to stick around in the ecosystem, that they're going to acquire the cards, right?
Yes. Yeah, some one way or the other. And I guess ideally you'd wait until pack prices are beneath the value of what pack prices are risen above to what you're getting out of them, and then go buy the singles you want.
Yeah, and I think Icy's got an interesting comment in that.
Sorry, I'm not reading that. Thanks for telling me.
Ours. Rebellion is the opposite of chaos. It's much better to buy early, and it's their loss. And I think there's probably a lot of truth in that. And I can say that because I'm one of the people losing right now. Virus is on the other end of the spectrum. He's all in on Rebellion. He's got the cards. He's on the leaderboard. He's got the promo cards. He's got the wagons stocked and ready to go. So it's interesting, right? It's like those that got burned by Chaos Legion, and I was one of them. I spent way more money than I care to admit on Chaos Legion packs, and I sat this one out, and maybe it was maybe I got my my inverse strategy going on here. So, but yeah, I think there's a lot of truth from what we're seeing with the pack prices holding up, the card resale values, everything is. There's a gold foils. Where's the gold foil of Kane?
Just got Thanalor and Zivajane in the same one.
So now you're gonna get like a double a Kane gold foil because of
Oh,
that.
it was Darge too. I thought it was going to
not
be.
gold. Sorry, I interrupted you, Sinister.
No, I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
the gold foil of Kane reveal.
That's
there.
what I was figuring too. Here we
Last
go.
136. Here we go. Here's the end.
But yeah, not just the ranked, but I'm also doing better in the tournaments as well.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. But we got to work on that brawl performance of ours.
Yeah. That was a little rough. Still some learning to do.
So, Larry McNary's asking top 3 Rebellion summoners and top 3 monster cards for me personally so far. All right. Well, for summoners, it's pretty easy. I can go through that for you. It's a Kane number 1 for me. Number 2 is Fabio.
It's another
Right.
Zivajane gold foil, by the way.
Oh,
We're waiting for the Kane now.
Sorry, go ahead. Kane, and then it was who's next? I lost track.
Oh, the underboss. I just call him Fabio, but yeah.
That's your second favorite?
Yeah. And I would say, let me go to my summoners so I can tell you which ones I've kept and not sold. Avina.
I was going to say
Obviously.
Vina. Yeah.
Avina would be the third. And she's kind of like, the speed and the healing is great. As far as the cards go, where I feel like I'm getting the most value, that's not a promo card. Top 3 for me thus far. Let's see my favorites. Not necessarily meta, just my favorites to play. Let's see. I think the Wailing Wraith in Little League rule sets is really strong. That's probably not one that's obvious necessarily. Let's see, what else am I enjoying using thus far? I would probably say Darg. I mean, it's kind of a cheat because it's a legendary, but I'm enjoying that card.
Guessing you're excluding the promos.
Yeah, I'm excluding the promos. Yeah.
Yep.
And I use life a lot.
So I get 0 of these 2 legendaries.
How is that possible?
No
Wow.
Bears and no Demise Archons. We got 6
Sebastians.
5 Lord Thanalors, so that works out.
When you've ranked or you've leveled up the Darge and the Endura, it looks like, and
Yeah.
Goff.
That's a good point. So I have more than 4 of these as well.
Yeah.
Because I use them for the brawl.
Yep.
Okay, so that will max out a Kane. It more than maxes out Solace. So I can probably sell some of my extras here and try to finish off these if needed. I wonder how my epics are doing. Need 10 of these, right? For max. So I only maxed Executioner. Great. Is that right? 10 to max a epic? Yeah.
I guess the other one I would say that I'm getting good use out of, that maybe not obvious, is Anachron Bolter. Anachron Bolter coupled with Mantroth and Izyar for life is pretty solid because it's got the repair and the dual attack, and then with Izyar martyring, buffing both Mantros, shield, and melee and everything else that goes along with him. It's a nice combination. So I'm liking that card in the life splinter or element. So
I do think the card I probably use the absolute most, though, out of all my matches is that Moxie and Rebel.
the 4-mana neutral weapons
Yep.
trainer.
The 4-mana neutral weapons trainer.
Yeah, I use that one a lot too.
Like, I mean, I like a lot of the other cards, but I think that's probably the card I end up using the most.
Mhm.
Also, Little League, I've been using the 4-cost tank and reach card for that. I can't remember. Pirate of 8, I think is.
Yeah, for
Oh,
water.
yeah.
I can't remember their names, but there's some good Little League cards I've been enjoying in the water. And obviously, one of my favorite summoners is the one I'm going to make. Clearly.
Oh, yeah. Have you been in talks with them yet with any of that?
Just like first contact about like,
Yeah.
but nothing real yet. I've been coming up with some like concepts, so I think that's where the images that Tails put on like the on the stream was one of the images I was kind of playing around with.
Oh, yeah.
What that card art might look like. Thanks to Dolly turning things I'm talking about into actual pictures. So it's fun stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that is nice for trying to, come up with concepts with stuff is you can come up with a very clear image of kind of like an idea that you were thinking of.
And be like, no, not that. Maybe this.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, my favorite garbage bag bowl.
It's trash bag. Let's get it straight.
Trash bag bowl.
What's going on, Riff Summoner? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I agree with Harry Larry McNary is that I do want to have them all just to be able to have the choices in the matches of which to use. I mean, there's some that I think there's a good number of cards.
I want to have
that
them all
very
too,
rarely,
Icy Flow.
But
Sorry, virus.
no, you're good.
Oh, I missed one.
So I wonder where like the 16 cost rage, how that's going to fit into things.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't you share, I think on Discord, some details around that virus?
Yeah, I think there might have been a bit of a leak. I think someone in Mavs or something like that in one of the releases. So, but I think it wasn't finalized for how it was, what the stats were going to be.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so it may still change from that leak.
Yeah,
It was very realistic,
yeah.
believable. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. But supposedly, yeah, supposedly that's where it came from, is that there might have been a leak in the Mavs server.
And now it's basically once a month, right? That we're going to get a card.
Yes, I think once a month after the conflict
Combat.
start.
Yeah. Okay. Which will be next year sometime.
Yep.
I haven't even tried to calculate how many wagons I'm going to need. I'm guessing I'm just going to buy a bunch and hope I have enough vouchers. How many vouchers is it per wagon?
50.
50.
Do you have licenses at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not enough, but I've got 4.
Nice.
That means I have some vouchers, but not enough vouchers.
Yeah, I mean, at some point between, the battle wagons and then whatever the usefulness they put into land for vouchers, there will start being enough voucher sinks to start raising them up. But that could still be a while off if land 2.0 is, a ways away.
Which it has to be a ways away, doesn't it? Like, is there any scenario where it's not like a year off?
Probably not. But I mean, the way that they'll say it is that it's not really a specific date. It's a
because that date isn't something they want to tell us.
Well, it's a continuous thing. So they might say, okay, now we're adding in, stone and wood and stuff like that. So you'll start getting stone and wood from your plots. And you'll stop getting the farms and stuff like that. So like they might just do a continuous augmenting of land. And then eventually you'll just kind of reach 2.0.
Definitely have gotten a couple trash bag bulls. The worst thing about this is I can't sell the card backs from leftover cards.
Did
How
you
many-
guys?
Oh, good.
Oh, sorry, point of ours.
I was asking, is this 200 packs that you just opened with us?
Yeah.
So we can't tell if you're going to get, a good one because there's no Zabajans in here.
We don't have our canary for our test. Zabajans, Lord Thanlors, all those great ones. But I haven't gotten any gold for legendaries, not even a trash bag goal. So
Have you guys seen the leaderboard functionality they launched onto the land page?
yeah, I just saw that after Virus, I think, mentioned it to me.
If you
So I
look
assume
at
Virus has seen it since he's the one that mentioned it to me, I think.
what's crazy is if you see did you look at Matt's research production per day now?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh my, go to the Wild Northeast, look at the research points leaders for that region, and check out Matt's. Like, he's ramped up his production. Like, his research points per day is like insane.
What is
Is
it?
that because Vugtus wasn't Vugtus the previous leader?
I think so, but I mean, Matt's not playing around. So
Yeah.
I mean,
What
you
is
look at.
it? What's his number?
Oh, I'd have to pull it up in the game.
Well, so okay, here. I mean, it doesn't seem to combine everything together, but it shows. Is that right? That can't be right.
So it might be something crazy and it just looks wrong.
I don't know. That's not right. It says it's like because he's got 2 in the top 3 in the Wild Northeast,
Yeah.
and it says that he's at like 83,900 something per hour.
Yeah, it sounds like you ramped it up.
No, that's got to be a bug.
Why?
I think that might be because I think there's some kind of bug with grain and
so
research
maybe
showing the
it's a bug.
same.
I see. Okay.
Because there's no way he's doing 60.
Is there really no way, or is he just like not playing around?
Well, it shows total for the that he's got 255,000. So if he's getting 64,000 per hour, then no, he's not at 255,000.
Well, he hasn't claimed. Maybe it won't show up in the other one until he claims.
I don't know. That looks fishy though.
It does. It does sound fishy. What path did you lead us down, Sinister?
I don't know. I just saw the numbers and I went, "What is going on here?" I looked at the numbers I was generating, and I go, "Well, I'm obviously doing something wrong here."
You're doing something different. Oh, there we go.
Ooh, there you
There's
go.
Go foil. It's a good one.
Go full quicks.
Maybe not the best for land, but it'll do. Although I'm pretty sure I have a not upgraded one out there. I could just combine it and get a little more production out of land with that.
Are you using so are you maxing out your gold foil legendaries for land, or are you using one BCX for stuff?
Mostly one BCX, unless it was ones I'd already combined.
What about gold foil epics?
I'm not the one to ask. Tails.
So, yeah, no, I think we combined legendaries, epics, rares, and I think that's as far as you went so far.
But combine even the gold foils, because there were some not combined legendaries, right?
No, we did combine, I think, most of them based on the elements. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had, I had like 4 of the gold foil death epics, and I just combined those up to, and for 4 of them combined, they were a lot better than some of the other cards. I think it's 600 per
right.
gold foil epic.
Mm-hmm. 600 production points, and then there are 1,000 DEC.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy thing with Lorkus's land, and I don't want to, I guess, spill the beans too much, but
it's fine.
You know,
it's not
I mean, you still have land left to work, right?
A lot.
And
Yeah.
your card collection is huge. So, I mean, that says a lot right there. And then
So none of my rebellion cards can work until rebellion's over. So a year from now, I could put my rebellion cards on.
Right, and you might be, getting some more land in the future as well. So
I heard there's a rumor that I'm going to get some more land.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so that's the, so the thing is, so he needs cards. And I think the biggest debate, which I haven't heard anyone that's really kind of said which way it is that a maxed common card costs $10 worth of DEC to be staked with it, with the lowest production points, and it can never be upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
So you might buy a card for $3 or $4, and it's 1,000 BC, or it's 1,000 PP, but then you have to put $10 worth of DEC in order to work it. Versus, 2 BCX of Epic, which now the prices are, I think, close to $7 or something like that per BCX of gold foil epics.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $14 worth of cards with $2 worth of DEC.
DEC staked, yeah.
So there's got to be some kind of math equation that you can do to figure out what's the best way to do it, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, in a vacuum, right? In a vacuum, the answer would be, well, it's probably more efficient to do gold foil epics because you can always upgrade those in the future, right? But here, that's why I put the caveat there, in a vacuum, because you have to look at the underlying assets that you're spending the money on. One are cards, right? Chaos Legion cards, reward cards usually, in many cases. And the question is, in the future, what's the value of that asset? Is it going to go up? Is it going to be the same? Is it going to go down? And by how much of all those? On the other side of the equation is DEC, which is a peg stable coin, right? Which, depending on when you bought it, might have been much less than the peg. And then you have to say, is that going to go up? No. Is it going to go down? Maybe. Is it going to be the same? Likely, if land is successful. So on one hand, you have an asset that's stable, and on the other hand, you have an asset that historically, at least for that particular set that you're talking about, has gone down.
Yes, but do you think that's actually true now, with those older sets now being the only sets that people are currently willing to put on land? Like, that feels like finally cost pressure the other way.
It gives
Yes.
a floor, at least.
Yes, in theory, that is true. And you could make
Sounds
the
like you don't
argument,
believe it, though. Is that true?
if land is successful, right?
Trash bag full. Yeah.
Mm,
If land is successful, it doesn't matter which choice you make; they're equally going to be good choices.
there you go.
Yeah, I have a place for Isa right now.
Yeah.
A plot that needs life and earth.
The differences in that equation is one is much more liquid than the other.
Yeah.
Again, so you get again, it's to your point,
But
Virus.
does liquid matter to you for land? Like, this is like the ultimate not liquid play. Like, there's another
Nice. Another one.
It
So
depends
does liquid even
on-
matter to you? Like, I guess I'm struggling with what the purpose is of liquid at this point.
Well, with land, if your goal with land is to set it and forget it and to never sell it or not use it or leverage it, it's always to grow, make it bigger, better, more passive earning, then you don't care, right? And in that case, you would want to have the most it would be like
right.
land is like New York City. You want to grow higher
Wow.
from a
Gold
production
foil
point.
wraith. Nice one there.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to North Tribe on Twitch, subscribing with Prime on our Twitch channel. So thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
That's great.
But yeah, and the other thing too with land is, I mean, we're seeing this right now with the Untamed cards, is that there's no difference on land between a kitty and a whatever other untamed legendary.
Magus.
Yeah. So, when you're talking about card value dropping, the cards that, like, so for instance, I have a who's the life rare tank with taunt?
Shield Bearer.
Shield Bearer. It's tough for me to put him on land because really he's probably better as a rental card.
Mm-hmm.
I have a max gold foil, so that's working land.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I do indeed.
But so, I mean, like, there's certain cards that are just a little bit better than what the land value kind of should be for those.
Well, you tell them the ones that are just awful. Which ones do I have their tails?
For cards, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know. The one I was thinking of was the 2 gold foil Lux Vegas that are working land.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you can't sell them. You can't really rent them. I mean, you could rent them, but I mean, the regular foils are going to be better renters. They're best used in a playing deck, but I mean, if you're not actively playing multiple accounts because you have 2 gold foil Luxes, you're kind of like, well, what do you do here? And
I'm playing with 0 of them, and I put them both on land.
I mean,
so I don't have enough gold foil legendaries, so they're good stuff.
Well, it's an interesting equation because you have to look at how much SPS are you generating on that legendary occupied with gold foil Luxes, right? I mean, it's a math calculation where you say, okay, here's the rental income I could get, here's SPS income I could get. What is it going to be more over time? And it's not always cut and dry, but. Shout out to Supreme Victory Networks supporting the channel here, subscribing via Prime on Twitch. Appreciate that, Supreme Victory. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow, right? Putting a gold foil Lux on land, but the good news is you can always pull her off and put something else in her place if you want to in the future.
Yeah,
I'm still using Lux a fairly decent amount right now, but I also don't have a lot of I don't have many of the common summoners maxed out. I don't have I only have, I think, a couple Rebellion Summoners maxed out.
I'm just using the regular foil in my deck. That was
Yeah.
that was a strategy.
Yeah, minor detail. You might want to mention that you're not going luxless.
Yeah, so it's because I went to I spent stupid SPS to do the VIP thing at Splinterfest, and then I also decided that I should just buy some of the regular foils and one turn gold. So that's how I got this lucky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was sitting in like a Starbucks parking lot on like on a drive when that was going live, and so I'm pretty sure everyone at Starbucks thought I was fucking insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you just have a natural tendency to pull gold foil legendaries.
I guess so. Anybody want to send me your cards, and I'll be happy to take all your gold foils. Is that how this deal works? I don't know. I don't feel like I had much luck in the game up to that point, and maybe that was a turning point. That was a big one. I thought I was going to sell it and make like 5K. It was going to be great, and then there was no buyers, and then I used it in a alt deck because it didn't rent well, and now it's digging up earth or whatever it's doing. It's now a farmer.
So Icy Flow is saying that rentals are picking up, and that his usual brawl deck that he rents costs 3 times after land release.
Yeah, I was having trouble with renting AB for brawls. It seems like a lot of those cards are just no longer available.
So when you rented for that alpha beta, did you go more heavily towards Untamed, or did you kind of stick with what you've normally done with another gold foil death guard too?
Yeah, that's nice. It was on my alt I rented for that this time, and I rented everything AB that was there, but then also just picked up some Untamed that I felt like I would need. Like I think I got Kitty. Yeah, I don't know. I was just guessing. I had no idea what to do. And I got completely rubble stomped in that fray too. I guess you saw I went 0-6. So I clearly did it wrong.
Yeah, I mean it's a change now because of the Untamed. So it's going to work. The cards that are needed for it, I'm sure, are different.
And you can't just rent them all like I did before and kind of figure it out live, because AB is just so valuable on land. It makes sense that people put them down and there's less to rent. Like all that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think cards like Kitty are renting for less though.
Yes, they certainly are. Yeah, so my daily rental price for Kitty I was renting a 4-star while I had a 3-star, and it was like 1,600 or 1,700 a day basically for Kitty, and I think that's dropped down to closer to 1,000.
Yeah, so
I'm not renting anymore, but that's part of the reason that its price has dropped.
But while some of those alpha beta cards have gone up, the Untamed cards, some have gone down because they're not being used in Modern anymore.
Okay, here we go. This puts us at 1,500. I'm gonna open this last 100.
Harry Larry McNary says that DEC has jumped up way above peg, up to $1 now.
That's not above peg. That is peg, right?
$1 per DEC.
Oh, $1. That would be.
We're all
very
rich.
Interesting day.
Let's all go buy our Lambos. Cash out now.
For stable coin 1,000x, that's probably bad in its own way.
A Dow can now buy Twitter.
Dude, just a couple more years and like anybody can buy Twitter.
Yeah.
And you lose like 25 billion in its value this year.
Yeah, probably.
Something bad.
But no, I mean, this DEC being stable at peg has been great to see. I think that's beat expectations of a lot of. I think it beat I think Matt's expectation, because he was talking about how it's going to have its ebbs and flows for a while there, and I don't think he was expecting it to hold peg for this long.
Yeah, to me, this still has some room for ebbing and flowing. This has only been there for like 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is the longest it's been there for a while. So we'll see how long it stays. Is that right?
So-
Or is it longer than 2 weeks? I lost track of time.
Yeah, it's been a minute now, and one of the questions I think that's interesting to ask, I guess hypothetically, is, if, because Rebellion wasn't like a thing that was technically announced, maybe more than 2.5 months ago. So like
Yeah.
we're in December, so like end of September, maybe time frame ish. I don't know exactly when, but what would happen to DEC and SPS if only Land 1.5 was released, and then Rebellion was something that was going to come, like February of 2024? Would
Be
we have
slower, for
seen?
sure.
Would we have seen the stabilization of DEC?
It's definitely a good question. I think it certainly would have been slower. It wouldn't have just shot there and stayed. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's a good point. Like putting it all at once. Now, does that mean that it's going to fall off between things now, or is that enough to get it there and make it stick?
And I mean that 1-2 punches kind of led, some people to buy more SPS too in the meantime, or to at least, like, I know the whale games that have been played with burning SPS for DEC and using the DEC to buy SPS back to raise the price of SPS. But so I mean, like however you feel about it, I don't know, but the whales felt comfortable enough to try to make plays like that the DEC was kind of maintaining its peg for them to try it.
That was wild. Okay, I've opened all of my packs.
Is your mouse broken? Do you need use that warranty?
I might. It's still clicking right now. We'll see if it gives out early though.
Very cool. Well, I think we've had definitely a successful stream. We've had blinded by the gold foil legendary bling that was opened. Quite
Tells
impressive.
you Supreme Victory subscribed with Prime as well.
I did. I saw that. I called that out, didn't I?
Oh, did you? Oh, I thought it was his North Tribe that you said.
No, I think I thought I called out Supreme Victory as well. But yes, thank you, Supreme Victory, for subscribing with Prime. We appreciate the support on Twitch. And Mondroid is showing up just in time to see the remaining packs being opened. Oh, wait.
I think we're done.
Welcome, Mondroid.
Hey, Mondroid.
Yep. Time to shut the stream down. Well, I think we were successful. We got Restream working after some technical
Trial and error.
Yeah. So it's good. Well, I appreciate Lorkus, you hopping on and sharing your packs there. I mean, it's not often you see 6,000 Rebellion packs, unveiled in one sitting. So this will be a little bit of a replayability for anyone, 5 years from now, when Splinterlands is, a household name and we're all driving Lambos on our private islands. We can come back and look at some of these cars that you opened here today and bask
It's the
in
most
all their glory.
inefficient place to drive a Lambo.
Well, that's kind of what you do when you have lots of money, right? You look for inefficiencies and you exploit them and flaunt them.
We're gonna look back at this and see, once the legendary Life Summoner comes out and Zabajan is the new meta card. You're looking back on this saying,
yeah. Oh, my Zabajans. Too bad I sold them.
yeah.
Sounds like something I would do.
Not financial advice. Keep your Zabajis or whatever his name is. So
Keep whatever your loser card is that I can't remember its name.
keep your trash bags.
Trash bag rules for everybody.
Oh yeah, trash bag rule.
There we go. I'm gonna buy X from Elon. Change the name back to Twitter. That'll increase the value by like 5 billion right there.
Indeed. Well, sounds good. Well, Virus and Lorkus, do you want to send us off with any closing comments or pitching of any projects, info, updates?
Yeah, I guess I will pitch to all these people that clearly have guilds that we have a couple spots in Dragons. If anybody's looking for some challenges in tier 4 brawls, I think that's where my mind's at right now. If we can get some more people to help us out there, that'd be great.
Yep. All your trash bag rules are welcome with us.
Yeah.
And tier 4s, I mean, it's fun to have that challenge now of tier 4 and get to, get the competition going. So anyone that wants to jump in and try some, I could use more players.
Oh yeah, and get your stones and your whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, we got the gold foil stones too. So
Nice. Well, good stuff. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out with us today on stream. We'll catch you on the next one. And until next time, keep stacking those Splinterlands stats. See you guys.